Brotherly Love Boxing Show. Golly. Sitting with Rashad, all business brown.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
This here is an exclusive. My man been away from the game. I ain't gonna go all the way into it. I'm gonna let him explain it. But it's like some people thought he quit. Some people thought, he ain't had a heart. Or some people heard about the injury. I don't want to go into it. I'm gonna let him talk to y'all about it. But it's good to see you, Shad, man. How you been, man?
Man, I've been good maintaining, man. There's been a lot of controversy in the game, man. And I go through my little mental shit, man, missing the game and shit like that. But at the end of the day, I'm alive and I'm blessed, though. So that's all that matters.
Well, look, first of all, explain to him, how long you been in the game, when you started, why you started.
But long story short, man, I started when I was 14 years old. And I started at Upper Darby Power Boxing Gym. And I started with one of the up-and-coming contenders, Naeem Nelson. I look at him as my little brother, stuff like that. So I started in the game and I took the rough route for everybody in the amateurs. Ended up with an amateur record of 66-6. Made it to the Nationals in 2010. And after the Nationals, I lost in the second round. And then I turned pro after that. And the rest been history.
Now, you came out with actually a great class of fighters like Julian Williams.
Man, that was one of the best class. Jesse Hart.
Yeah, Jesse Hart, Lontez Fox from down D.C.
Absolutely, man.
It was a bunch
Travis
of guys. Pinkerton. Yeah, Travis Pinkerton. Yeah.
Tough class.
Yeah, a real tough class. Now, how did you feel as an amateur? Did you feel like you was one of the top guys, or you just was like, I'm tough enough to be in this? I'm in the top. I know I could be in the mix, but I got more work to do.
Well, it's crazy, man, and that's a good question. But I always feel like I've been a top echelon dude. But one thing, and as I referred to my little brother Naeem Nelson, we always got looked past because we boxed out of Upper Darby and we was humble guys. So they always, number one, like looked down on us because we was from the county. And number two, they looked down on us because we wasn't always the loudmouth type of dudes.
Yeah.
But I earned my respect when I went to the Golden Gloves and came down Front Street. And one thing you always say about Rashad, like sometimes, man, my technique wasn't the best sometimes. Yeah. But I always fought with a lot of heart and I always was successful. And like I know how to win.
Yeah.
So, I always made my standpoint because there's guys who always wanted to win on me that thought they was better than me because I didn't speak too much on it or thought I was scared. But when it came to fight time, I showed a whole different story, yo.
Yeah. I remember, actually early in your, I don't know if it was early in your amateur career. It's not too clear to me. But me and you got to spar. And I was like, damn, this dude. Like I said, I seen him around, but I ain't know much about him. I said, but he think he mean. I said, yeah, we gotta get this work. So when we got the rounds in, it was like, damn. I think you was coming off the end and I was jumping in, or you was jumping in. I forgot how it went, but we didn't get to do that but like maybe 2 or 3 rounds. And I said, damn, I want to get in with him again.
Yes.
But then. Go ahead, explain that.
So, man, this is a banging story, man. Cause I got so much more to elaborate on this story, but this was on the tail end. Like I was sparring already, and you came in on the tail end on me.
Right. Okay.
So one thing about this man, one thing y'all need to know about this man behind the camera, and this is Greg Hackett. So he came in, and this guy Greg Hackett, man, he always been, legendary in the game. And, always was flamboyant, and motherfuckers loved him and shit like that. And I was the quiet guy. So this guy came in. Crazy fucking story. I don't want to jump too far from the story, but I gotta jump ahead to get my story across. But this guy came through. I was young in the game, still novice. Motherfucker got off on me, man. And I was so disappointed in myself because I always looked at myself as so much better. But it's levels to this boxing shit, and timing is everything. So Greg Hackett got off on me, and once Greg Hackett got off on me, to fast forward you up. When I turned pro in 2010, I was originally supposed to fight some dude, Stanley Harvey. And 4 days out the fight, they told me Stanley Harvey pulled out the fight. So when Stanley Harvey pulled out the fight, they said some guy, Greg Hackett, choose to fight you. And when they told me Greg Hackett choose to fight me, I was like, oh no, not Greg Hackett. Number one, we from Philly. And then the number two thing, this dude Greg Hackett got off with me in the amateurs. I knew I was a whole different fighter because I knew I was a grown man and stuff like that. But I was like, I don't want to fight Greg Hackett at all because I respect him because we from Philly. And number two, I respect him because I do remember when I was a young boy and he got off on me and shit like that. And they said, well, you said you don't want to fight him, but Greg Hackett said he want to fight you. And I said, damn, I don't want to fight him, but he want to fight me. Let's fight. I said, let's fight. And it's crazy. All I could do is remember the sparring session. And from that day forward, from that sparring session, and when I chose that he wanted to fight me in 2010, that made me go super hard. And it was always business with nothing personal because it's the fight game. And when he wanted to fight me, he made me go super hard. And he elevated me to a different level because I do remember when he got off on me. And I wanted to make a statement to tell him that I'm a different guy now and I'm a grown man now. But that sparring session back in the day, that motherfucker got off on me.
But that was actually my third pro fight, your first.
Right.
And I was looking at it like, shit, I'm already down 2. I was 0-2 at the time. And I'm like, like I said before, the physical, I know I lost on the physical. I'm not as big as the guys at 68. 60.
Absolutely.
We had the weight was 64. I came in 66.
And I actually a big 60 pounder.
Yeah.
Right.
So I remember, I wanted to get rounds with him. We ain't never get to spar again. I'm like, shit, this is a chance for me to get the rounds with him.
Absolutely.
And of course, I'm going to fight. But you know what I mean? At the same time, I know I'm going in on the end where it's like shit. You know what I mean? I ain't got too much on my side, but I know we're gonna rumble for it.
Right.
You know what I mean?
And
So I was kind of.
People don't really know, and people don't really know. But all just aside, man, like behind the footage, I really declined that fight. So they told me, my manager told me, like he choose to fight you. And I was like, damn, if he say yes, I gotta fight him. But originally, I declined that joke on the strength of what happened in the past and on the strength that he's from Philly. But guess what, man? You know, business is business, and that was a great fight. And to this day, like I'm an undefeated fighter, but that was my hardest fight to date. Honestly, man.
Thank you, man. Now let's fast forward a little bit. That's one fight. You got the unanimous decision in your pro debut over Greg Hackett. Now you go. You know what happens next?
What happens next, man? Like, you know, my career, man, it been like so like phenomenal. But it been crazy at the same time because, like, you know, I got signed with D&D Management, which actually was an up-and-coming management at the time. Like, they established now, but they was up-and-coming, and they took a chance with me, and I actually took a chance with them because they wasn't established, and they gave me the right fights, and I never had a tough fight because actually after Greg Hackett, I fought an undefeated guy who was 2-0 with 2 knockouts, and I was 2-0 with no knockouts. On a HBO Yorkis Gamboa undercard, and I actually ended up knocking that guy out. So it was like I never got the padded route. I always took the tough route, but I always knew I was a tough guy, and I actually ended up winning all my fights. And people don't know, for the people that don't know, but I'm undefeated and never lost a professional round in boxing. I never lost a round in professional boxing, and people don't know that. So I'm undefeated in the record, and I'm undefeated in rounds in boxing.
Yeah, that is crazy.
Right.
So what now? What happened to your career?
It's crazy, man, because it's so funny you said that because, like, just to let the people know, like, in 2011, I was fighting some guy. Like, I remember like it was yesterday. I was fighting some guy. Damn, what the fuck is his name, yo? He was from DC, man. One of them type of headbanger dudes that be in a gym. Omar Sims. Omar Sims, and he was a 12-fight pro. And I only had 4 fights at the time, and he had 12 fights. And like I told you, I never been padded, but this was my management lied to me. And I beat this guy, and I beat him easily, knocked him down and everything. And he had so much more experience than me. And I told my management that I was thinking about going into the police academy and stuff like that, and I always looked at boxing as my way out the hood and stuff like that, but I always was a guy who always had different avenues and stuff like that. So I thought the police academy, like I never was the school textbook type of guy, but like in my mental wise, I looked at it as I want to get paid like I went to college without going to college, because I'm not that school textbook type of guy. And I thought the police academy was the best fit for me because I could get paid good without going to college. So I told my management that I was going to the police academy, and that after I finished the academy, I'm going to resume my boxing career. So it's just funny how life worked out, that I went into the police academy, I completed it and everything, and I was on my way training for my 6th pro fight.
Right.
And once I was training for my 6th pro fight, it's just like I was in the gym, and I was actually at Mary Anderson gym. I forget like it was yesterday, and I was sparring Garrett Wilson and Charles Hayward.
Right.
And they was getting me ready, giving me great work, man. Charles Hayward came with the finesse. Garrett Wilson came with the power. And as I was getting ready for my fight, one day I just was in the middle of the night, 3 o'clock in the morning. I woke up to go to the bathroom, and next I know, in my right eye, my vision was so blurry, and I didn't know what the fuck was wrong with me. Yeah. But I realized, I said, okay, we boxers, maybe I sparred and I got thumbed in the eye or something like that.
Yeah.
So I was like, maybe it's just part of the game.
Right.
So one thing, I was my own worst critic, because I continued boxing knowing my eye something wasn't right with my eye, but I continued boxing. So one thing, my fiance at the time, she told me, like, yo, you need to take your ass to the doctors. And as men, and especially as boxers, the doctors, we hate the doctors.
Right.
We always think we could do self-healing. Right. And I went to the doctors, and they told me I had something called a detached retina in my right eye, and I never knew what a detached retina was at the time. I realized, like, when I did my studying, Sugar Ray Leonard and Ivan Barkley had this thing called the detached retina, but they continued with their careers. And when the doctor told me, like, your retina is so bad that you're not gonna be able to box again, it kind of devastated me. And to give you a little background, the detached retina is what holds your eye in place in the back of your eye, and it's split open like a sunflower seed. So my eye was just hanging off a thread, and he told me if I take any more punishment, I could be legally blind for the rest of my life. Damn. And it just like, I had to sit back and think for a second, like, damn, I just had everything going for me, undefeated, young, at a second, just one day, and at the end of the day, everything is gone. Yeah. And it just depressed me and everything. And to fast forward you up, it's just like, I just woke up in the middle of the night, and I didn't take punishment. It just was God's will that I got taken off the sport from an injury. Damn.
Now, what gets you the most, watching guys or just thinking about yourself?
It's crazy, man, because like it's hard to tell, because like it's mixed emotions, because some of these guys from Philly, they keep me above water, and they keep me sane. Like when I watch like the Jesse Harts and the Julian Williams, and these is guys who actually, like, I don't look up to. These is guys that actually I was competing with. You know what I'm saying? Right. And then I see them having success, and the Naeem Nelsons and stuff like that. That's what keep me humble and keep me above water, because I see that if it can't happen to me, I'm thankful that it can happen to somebody that I know. Right. And I want the same for me as I want for my brothers. Right. So I'm thankful, and it keep me humble, but then in a different aspect, it depresses me sometimes when I look at some of these guys and I know they're not real. And it's just like, damn, people always thought like they seen Rashad Brown at 22, and they was like, yo, Rashad Brown got a lot of potential. He got what it takes to be a world champion. And right now, they fast forward, I'm 27 years old, and I feel like mentally I'm the sharpest I could be. Right. And physically I'm the sharpest I could be. Right. And it's just like, people think they seen the best at Rashad Brown at 22. If you would have seen Rashad Brown 25, 26, 27, I think you would have more to say. And that's what sometimes backtrack me, knowing that you didn't see the best, right, that what you could see. So yeah, it's a bittersweet though.
Yeah, I understand that. No, when you now that you, like, when you think about it, because all right, let's ask this first. Would you, if you had the chance to get right back right now, would you get right back right now?
Oh man, it's a great question, man, Greg. You hitting some great questions. I would get back, and it's funny because a lot of people don't know, but I actually was on a comeback after 5 years out the sport. I was doing a comeback for May 5th. I was set on a card down 2300 Swanson Rittner, and I was set for a comeback. And then I got told 4 days before the fight, on weight, in shape, I got told that I wasn't going to be able to receive my license because I still have nerve damage to my eye, and my eye don't work as quick as my good eye. And they told me that they won't grant me my license. So I actually was on the verge to come back just for the love of the game. And a lot of people don't know, but I'm thankful where I'm at in life because, you know what I'm saying, like, you know, I'm not where I planned to be and I'm not where I thought I would be, but I am thankful because as the experiences that I went through, I know that you could lose everything just like that.
Right.
So I am thankful what I do have, but it's not where my heart is at.
Right.
So, you know, I thought I would be back and I planned to be back, and now, you know, I found out that I can't get granted my license due to this injury. So, you know, if I could get back, there's no doubt I would get back. If you tell me right now, Rashad, would you fight? I will fight 5 fights for free. for a fixed eye, somebody told me that I give you 100% eye. Yeah. I will fight half of my career for free. That's the love of the game. That's
some real shit. All right, now listen, you was competing between 160, 168 pounds.
Absolutely.
Give me a list of between 160 and 168 you can see yourself within the ring.
Right now, if I continue without being out for 5 years, I see myself with the Jay Leon Loves, you know, with the Gabriel Rosados, you know, the Chavez. You know what I'm saying? Like, them type of guys, like the B-level guys right now and stuff like that, because everything is about timing. But I feel like one thing about me, I never was the best guy in the gym, but I'll tell you, I always was gaining for the best guy in the gym. And the best guy in the gym will always tell you, like, I don't want to face Rashad. So I'm going to give you everything that I got and more. And I think, like, no doubt in my mind, I would be up in that type echelon right now, about 23-0. With them guys and ready to take on them guys, you know.
I think that's real. I understand you, man. I mean, saying like you said, I'm not gonna say I'm the cream of the crop just yet, but I definitely be in that rank with the B-level guys. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
I mean, competing with them. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Yeah, with them, you know what I mean? That's real.
Like the what's the bull from New York? Damn, like I really want to fight him too, man. Damn, he like a B-level type of fighter too.
At what weight?
I can't find 160.
60?
Quillen? Not Quillen, man. Keep going. Not Quillen, not Jacobs. He fought Gabriel Rosado on the BKB.
Oh, Curtis Stevens.
That's right. Yeah. I would love to fight Curtis Stevens, man. That'd be a good match.
I sparred Curtis Stevens before.
Damn, that's decent.
That'd be a good one.
I see myself being a Curtis Stevens and shit like that.
Okay. You know? I see what you're saying. And those is all good fights.
Right.
I mean, no matter what, those are all good fights. So let's talk about being all right now that you out and you know what I mean. All right,
so life
can't
after
fight.
Boxing.
Right. Where do you find your joy? You know what I mean, outside of the ring.
Oh man, like I found my joy right now. I'm like watching. I say they my brothers of boxing because I came up with them, so I enjoy just watching my brothers of boxing. And like when they succeed, don't get it twisted. It's not me, but a part of me is so joyful because I see them succeed. A life after boxing is great now, man. Like, you know, I just been relaxed, chilling. I'm enjoying the retirement life though, even though I miss it so much. You know, I got, you know, one kid, one son, and another kid on the way, and I just enjoy just watching my kids grow and develop every day, and just watching these fighters and supporting these fighters all the way. So life after boxing, you know, is not where I want to be at, but I gotta take it because I have no other hand that's dealt to me. But like I really enjoy it, and like long as I see the people that I came up with succeeding, like I'm totally thankful and I'm totally humble, and it kind of give me like a peace of mind knowing that if I can't do it, at least somebody that I know that I respect is doing it, and you know I'm just satisfied.
Yeah, I hear you, man. Now, one last question.
Yes, sir.
We out there. At 160 pounds, Gennady Golovkin is the talk.
Absolutely.
They say he the baddest thing out here right now. What you think?
Oh man, Triple G is a bad boy. He is a bad boy, but then again, like a guy like me, like at this time frame, like if it wasn't for the injury, I think like I'll be in line close to fighting him. I think a guy like Triple G, he's what it takes. But I think most people respect him too much, man. And I think, like, if you really believe in yourself, and, you know, like, I don't want to get too religious in this because people got their own beliefs in religion. But I feel like, you know, only if you think, like, the man above could beat you and you go out there and lay what you got to lay on the line, I think somebody could beat Triple G because he's not the biggest 160-pounder, believe it or not.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I think people just give him too much respect off of the strength of his knockout ratio and who he knocked out. But I think if somebody really comes to that fight to win and say, fuck it, I'm going to lay everything on the line. Yeah. If I die, I die. If I win, I win. I think they could take Triple G. And I know if I had that opportunity today, you know, I can't sit here and tell you that I would beat Triple G. But I can't tell you that I would lose to Triple G. But I could tell you, that's all good now. But I could tell you that one thing, I will lay everything on the line. And that's all I think. Mommy, I'm going to call you right back. So I think, like, people just respect Triple G too much, right? Where if they go out and lay what they got to do on the line, I think somebody could possibly beat Triple G, you know? And this guy's, I think, we could beat Triple G that's considered B-level fighters right now.
I mean, but how would you beat him?
How would I beat him with Triple G, man? It's crazy, man, because, like, I consider myself a boxer puncher. I could box on the outside, but the type of dude I am, I get bored. When I get bored, I like to mix it up and get the fans what they pay for. Yeah. So Triple G, I think my length, like, by me being a 6'1", 160-pounder, that's a tall middleweight and a big middleweight. Yeah. So I think I will box him a little bit, and then I'll fight fire with fire. And then when I fight fire with fire, I could judge where his power at. Is he what they really say or he not? Mm-hmm. And then if they say where he really say he is, I'll step back and go with my natural God abilities, being 6'1", with a 72-inch reach. Mm-hmm. And if his power not where I think it is, I'm going to fight fire with fire, and the best man wins. But I won't be scared of Triple G because at the end of the day, only God could define me. Only God could take me out. Yeah. That's it.
Hey, man, it was definitely seeing you and talking to you, though, Rashad.
You know, likewise, man. I really appreciate this, man. And, like,
anytime,
and, like, and I just want to say out there to people in Philly, man, like, you know, I appreciate the platform that, you know, the producer Greg Hackett gave me on this. And I just want to clear you out, like, Rashad Brown's still around and shit, keeping the eye open. One eye open, but he keeping the eye open, man. And I thank you for that, man.
Hey, man, let the people know they can get with you, man.
Oh, man, you can get with me, man. You can catch me in the Center City, man. You know, working and shit like that. I'm a working man now. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I'm really not too much in the gyms right now just because, like, I still got my own personal mental issues in the gym. Yeah. But you can catch me in the Center City, man. And, you know, I'm only always one call away. You catch me on Instagram at All Business Brown, you know what I'm saying, and shit like that. But I'm around the guys well.
All right, man. Thanks, man. Thanks a lot.
Oh, man. Thank you, big guy.